Hey VC, hey, it's James, coming on back. Doing a video today that's something I've been wanting to do for a while. It's something that Sherv started maybe like 3 weeks ago, maybe more. Live jazz in the 70s LPs. It's been so long, I can't remember, is it 10, 12, Baker's dozen, I don't know. But it's been on the list, had some stack of albums sitting around for a while, so I'm wanting to do it today. It's been fun to look through the stacks. Sherv did a really good one, and I know that Jamie, Dave, and Christopher Kibler have showed some really choice records too. If I forgot anybody, I apologize, anyone that's jumped on in. So yeah, I picked out a bunch, and let's get into it. It's been fun. First one is Rasheed Ali New Directions. This one was recorded 1971 at the East, live at the East in New York, but not released until 73. Here's the back of that one. Lineup on this one, you have Fred Simmons on piano, Stafford James bass, Rasheed Ali, and Carlos Ward. He's on fire on this one. So Quartet. One song each side, long tracks, improv, lots of fire. Rasheed Ali New Directions, great one. Next one, Roy Brooks and the Abstract Truth, Black Survival. This is a reissue on Universal Sound. This was originally released on the Imhotep label. This was 1973 live at Town Hall. The lineup is just, man. You have Roy Brooks, Joe Bonner, Reggie Workman, Cecil Bridgewater, Sonny Fortune, Lawrence Williams, John Stubblefield, Dee Dee Bridgewater, and Jordara Marshall. Here's the gatefold on this thing. Black Survival, I mean, this is almost... if you listen to this, it's like a performance, not so much a concert. There's spoken word. It's almost like a half music, half play. Very Afrocentric, very of the times, and you know, it's amazing. This is Black Survival, and they're obviously talking about what was going on in 1973 for Black people in America. And look at this shit that's still going on. I mean, nothing's changed. It's ridiculous. That's for another time. Maybe it's actually not for another time. That's probably part of the problem, right? But anyway, this is a great album. Beautiful, beautiful thing, beautiful piece, nice and heavy. Roy Brooks and Black Survival. Yeah, that's that one. Next one, you have here's the front of it. On the back, it's Prince Lachey or Prince Lachey, Firebirds live at the Berkeley Jazz Festival 1974. You can tell there's a W there. His name's never been spelled that way before. So I figured there was an editing issue, bad copywriter, bad proofreader, who knows. Doesn't really matter so much. The music's amazing on this. The lineup is the Prince on baritone, flute, and soprano. Kenneth Nash, Ron McCurdy, Hubert Eves, and the legendary Ron Carter, one of 10 million records he played on bass. Prince Lachey, the baritone on this, I've never heard baritone with so much power that he plays on this. Power, I mean, other baritonists have a certain power. This is... He really pushes it. I mean, that's maybe the better way to describe it. I've never heard baritone that it really, really is pushing it to another level. But yeah, live at Berkeley, 1974. Prince Lachey, however you want to describe it. Tomato, tomato. Next one. Got this one fairly recently. Billy Bang and John Lindberg. For those of you unfamiliar with John Lindberg, I know most of you know Billy Bang, the violinist. John Lindberg plays bass. This was recorded 1979, KPFK radio. Not a concert, but it's still live, so it still counts. KPFK radio in LA, Hollywood. really improv uh, duo going on here with violin and bass. I don't know if I have anything that's a violin bass duo, but Billy Bang, later on, when he got more into the 80s and then obviously in the 90s, his music became a little bit more structured, even though it's still amazing. I love Billy Bang, but this one is free improv, great stuff. Basic cover, but complex music. Billy Bang, yeah. Next one, Nucleus, the British jazz rock band led by Ian Carr. This is it's not a compilation, but it's sort of a combination of shows from 70 to 71. This is incredible. Their first album, on the notes they talk about how their first album it came out before Bitches Brew, but Ian Carr didn't even know about it, and but it has this he actually got annoyed for people saying that his music was derivative of that, because apparently he never even heard it. But this is incredible stuff. Ian Carr, Carl Jenkins on piano, Jeff Klein bass, Chris Spedding guitarist, Brian Smith, and for me, this is an amazing record, but one of the things that really stands out is John Marshall on drums. John Marshall, who was in Soft Machine for a stint, his drumming just so powerful and precise, and he has this these jazz chops, but with this rock touch. This is a great album. I think I don't really like to label things so much and put things in categories, but for my money, any so-called jazz rock fusion thing, this is top notch. I mean, this blows away a lot of the other stuff I have. I love this album. So Nucleus live 70-71, and this is on this Vinyl Lovers label. Nucleus. Next one, Anders Lindskog Quartet, Swedish player. This is live 1975. The notes are in a language that I don't know, Sweden. So I don't know exactly where it was recorded. This is nothing advanced here, just kind of straight ahead, post-bop. Really nice long tracks, 12 minutes, 11 minutes tracks. They do a version of Oleo, Sonny Rollins. But even though it's they're doing, like I said, just kind of a post-bop kind of a thing, there's still that European, you can smell the European incense in the air on this one. They add their own touch. Sweden. There's the back of it. So that's Anders Lindskog's Quartet, and this is on the Amigo label. Cool label. All right. Next one of my all-time favorites, Gabor Szabo, live in Stockholm, live in Hungary, 1974. This one has some vocals on it. A female vocalist who sings on a few tracks. Interestingly, one of the tracks is Paul McCartney's "My Love," and it's not a song that I really care about, but with Gabor Szabo and his band, they make it happen. But then there's instrumentals on here, and Gabor Szabo, he's one of those musicians he's separate amongst a handful of others from everybody else. Just amazing. Gabor Szabo live in Hungary, 1974. Made me think, Hungary in the mid 70s, you can just, it still had that, it was still the Iron Curtain, and obviously that went on into the even the early 80s, but just the political climate there. But they actually had him on the radio, so it seems like there was some kind of freedom. going on. But you just think about the iron block in the 70s in Eastern Europe and how oppressive it was, and you know, some things slip through the cracks. So good thing for us. Gabor Szabo, love this guy. Next one is Joe Henderson and Kokichi Hino in concert. So Joe Henderson in Japan. Sunrise in Tokyo, So What, and Get Magic Again are the tracks. This has a similar lineup to his Live in Japan record on Milestone. The difference being Tommaso Hino is on trumpet on this one, and it's a little bit more, I don't want to say advanced, but there's a little bit more color to this one than Joe Henderson's Live in Japan on Milestone. What's interesting, and I can't remember because I looked this up a long time ago, this one was recorded either a day before or a day after the Joe Henderson Live in Japan record. This is great stuff. I'm really stoked to find this. I think I got this in Paris, of all places. I don't know. All right, next one, Charles Toliver. Yeah, I know Sherv showed a live Charles Toliver, and Jamie did as well. So here's my addition to the live Charles Toliver 70s records for this series. This is just called Music Inc., and it was recorded March 23rd, 1972 in Munich on the Enja label. Here we go. The lineup here, you have Charles Toliver, Stanley Cowell, Ron Mathewson, and Alvin Queen on drums. He does a lot of songs that were, actually, all of these songs ended up being, there's versions of them on other studio records or other live records of his. Impact, 15-minute version of Brilliant Circles, Truth, and a 15-minute version of Prayer for Peace. I mean, talk about just cosmic. Love Charles Toliver. You know, I know you guys do too. Who doesn't? Who cannot love Charles Toliver? All right. Next one, Sam Rivers Hughes. This is taken from performances from between 71 and 73. It's all trios, and it's a series of shifting lineups. You have Cecil McBee, Richard Davis, Alvin Anderson, Norman Connors, Warren Smith, and Barry Ashtul, who are all the players that are kind of shifting around these lineups. All trio stuff, and just advanced. Lots going on here. Lots of color, lots of flavor to these performances. This is the kind of album where I saw this for years. I would flip through, and for some reason I passed it up because of the cover. I never really even flipped it over to look at the back. Because if I realized it was a live record, I would have got it. But when I just saw that cover, for some reason I just didn't trust it. Another stupid record store decisions. But this is a great one. So if you find it, don't make the same mistake that I made. Pick it up. This is a great. I mean, any jazz trio stuff in itself is incredible. But a trio that's pushing the boundaries is very rare. So check this one out, Sam Rivers. This is Impulse, the ABC Impulse stuff. All right. Next one, we're gonna go kind of back to the roots a little bit. I know I talked about Lou Donaldson recently. Lou Donaldson live at the Scorpion Club. This is when did this one come out again? 1970 at the Cadillac Club in New Jersey. You have the lineup of Fred Ballard on trumpet, Lou Donaldson, Melvin Sparks, Leon Spencer, and Idris Muhammad. I mean, you don't get much more of a smoking lineup than that. So you have long tracks, the Scorpion 10 minutes, a 13-minute Alligator Boogaloo. Just a good time record, like I said about the Lou Donaldson, The Natural Soul. Just a good time live record. You can tell they're having a really good time at this club that night in New Jersey. Just having a great time. Right on, Blue Note. A couple more to go. This one came out a couple years ago, and I couldn't pass it up. It's Louis Hayes and Junior Cook Quintet. This was recorded 1976 in Hamburg, and I know this label. God, I probably can't figure out what this label is, but I know that you guys have seen these reissues on. There's a number of they're not reissues. There's just a label that's put out a bunch of these concerts from the vault on this label. But you have Woody Shaw, Junior Cook, and the front line, Ronnie Matthews, Stafford James, and Louis Hayes. So anything with Woody Shaw, I'm gonna get, and add in Junior Cook. It is awesome, man. Long songs, all the things you are, 22 minutes. When Sunny Gets Blue, 12 minutes. Itchy Bond, 18 minutes. A 19-minute version of Moon Train. This is awesome. There it is. Junior Cook, Louis Hayes, Hamburg, 1976. This is a beautiful package too. It's heavy, nice gloss, not even glossy, like a matte finish kind of a thing. Great record. And last but not least, Art Farmer Quintet live at Boomers. This is 1976, New York City. You talk about a classic lineup. Clifford Jordan, Cedar Walton, Sam Jones, and Billy Higgins. Barbados, 13 minutes. I Remember Clifford, 10.5 minutes. Round Midnight, 13 minutes. This is great. I mean, Art Farmer, I've been thinking, well, a friend of mine said that I should do a video dedicated to Art Farmer, like a artist spotlight type of thing, because he doesn't get enough, at least I don't think he gets enough talk, just in general and on the VC in particular, and I think he gets lost in the shuffle of all the great trumpet players from the 50s and 60s and even in the 70s, but he can hold his own with anybody. So yeah, Art Farmer, man, I love his tone. Those are my albums. I think I did, it was 11 or 12, I don't know, I'm getting old, I can't forget, but I've been holding on to these for a while and wanted to show them, and hope you guys liked it, and that's it. All right, later.